Whatever you did yesterday in terms of choosing compassion over conflict, it's going in your favor. You may not even recognize it, but you shut something down so expertlessly in terms of not being combative, not choosing to be argumentative, really just, no, that doesn't work for me, and you've even maybe even gave alternative solutions. That is exactly how you need to keep moving, okay? Quiet time and firm boundaries. Move with love and you will receive love, right? Um, while outside, I was feeding a hungry cat. I had noticed a fly all of a sudden dropped dead, right? And then when I wrote the word dead, I accidentally wrote dread, which I took to mean that the dread, the anxiety, the wanting you to feel maybe like you're being watched, or like you need to watch your back, or you need, you're dropping all of that. And you're choosing to come from a place of compassion, of love, of understanding. Even if you don't agree with some of the things or the behaviors, you're choosing to kind of see it from a place where that has nothing to do with me. That's not for me to take on, to personalize. It's not for me. But the fly dropping dead is a sign of an energetic shift, the abrupt end of minor annoyances, or the neutralization of negative energy and or toxic influences in your immediate environment. The sudden death symbolizes that a pesky problem, distraction, or draining situation in your life is naturally resolving itself. Any heavy, stagnant energy is breaking up, leaving you in your space renewed. It is also a visual sign that any energetic attacks, gossip, or ill intent aimed at you has collapsed before it could harm you. Um, this situation could have been brought up in a way that it was meant to maybe provoke you into a reaction that could have been used against you later, but because you shut it down so effortlessly and cleanly with kindness and love, that keep choosing compassion for people. At the end of the day, we can't always control or understand people's behaviors because a lot of the times it's nonsensical, right? But what we can do is choose to see it from a place of they're moving from hurt, or they're moving from this feeling or that feeling. There's nothing I can do about that. This isn't about me, that's on them. And then you leave it there, right? You can have very firm boundaries and still be very kind about it. And trust me, I run a tight ship. I am very strict. But I try to be very kind about it. Because at the end of the day, I would want that same respect given to me. And in fact, it's been those people that have been very, very firm but kind in their boundaries that have taught me how to eventually be able to do it myself, right? Light is taking over the darkness. You are raising your internal and external vibrations so high that the decay, annoyances, and lower frequency, which is what the fly represents, cannot survive the shift. It is also a sign that the home is heavily protected and your own compassionate actions are actively repelling negativity from your life. Um, if you're somebody that likes to keep a very clean space, keep doing that. I'm not saying go over the top and be OCD about it, but dust once a week, vacuum, open your doors and your windows, let fresh air in. That stuff's very important. It actually does keep a very peaceful, calm energy in your home. It doesn't allow stagnant, stale air to stay. Um, Flies are also spies, which I took that the energy of feeling or being monitored and controlled is being stopped in its tracks. The fly dying outside of the threshold shows attempts to trap or sabotage you are losing power over your reality. So you're well aware that you're not trapped, right? If there is somebody that is attempting to sabotage you, you're well aware of what they can and can't do in terms of like what may be allowed, right? Or you may be well aware of it to the point where you're choosing not to feed it because you recognize that by giving your reaction, you're playing right into whatever it is that they're trying to do. Um, Even while being in a draining environment or a place that's highly volatile, you're choosing to create pockets of peace through connecting with nature and finding compassion for all animals and people and some insects. I try to be, I personally don't kill spiders. I don't kill most bugs. I do kill flies. I have to. Um, But through connecting with these things, you are remaining aligned with the energy of the hummingbird. God is giving you a literal confirmation your boundaries and being kindly strict with them is working. You refuse to get baited, even with others, environments, or situations try to shock you, and you hold the line and refuse to bend or break. The provocation engine around you is short-circuiting because you no longer feed it reactions. You're starving the beast. Peace is worth fighting for. Not every battle requires picking up a sword or raising your voice. Some battles are won through patience, firm boundaries, and refusing to bend to the will of others. You are deserving of saying no, protecting that inner child, and not being forced into situations that do not serve you or the path you are trying to walk. Your faith in the plan of the divine God and your ability to trust Him, even when it's deeply uncomfortable, is why it's working out. You can't control others. Period. Point blank, period. We can't force someone to respect us, hold space for us, care for us, or love us. We can't control any of that, but we can hold extremely hard-line boundaries and refuse to be laxed on them, no matter how much someone tries to force through them. Your story will be used for others. You have survived the unsurvivable. You've healed, taken full accountability, bled, begged, and pulled yourself out of so many holes designed to bury you. You have detached, learned hard lessons in letting go, using discernment, and how to stop allowing emotions to fully dictate your behaviors. The recent tests thrown your way are proving those who benefited from your burial very wrong. These last several years have been extremely taxing lessons on how to see people, places, situations as they are, not what you want them to be. You've passed. Be proud. Forgive yourself now. We can't change others. They make their choice. Right? You were a child too. What could you do? You trusted them to do the right thing. That was their test. They failed. And then I saw Mark 6:46, which is after leaving them, he went up on a mountainside to pray. That is the part of the Bible where Jesus had just finished this big sermon. He was preaching, and there was just a lot of chaos in the village, and he was very tired. So he went and he found peace. Right? He went up. He excluded himself. He quieted the noise, and he went and he prayed. Withdrawing from demanding or toxic environments to protect your spirit is holy work. Jesus would leave the ones he was caring for to establish a boundary for his own spiritual strength. You are doing the exact same thing every time you step away from provocations around you. You have proved to yourself and God that you can live in stress without letting it corrupt your peace. Your heart remains open and loving despite being hurt. Seeing the hummingbird brought the high vibrational joy and validation of growth, while the dead fly marks the end of power to covertly bully into submission. You have no idea how proud of you he is. Extremely proud. In a way, you are changing your lineage, right? So the number 1023, it's confirmation of the masterful way you handle boundaries, peace, and family dynamics. Taking control of your own life and stepping out of old scripts, you choose the lead today and choose peace over reactionary-based conflicts. The 0 amplifies any number it touches, so the 1 and the 2. It represents divine protection and keeping toxic energy out. The number 2 is the number of balance and harmony. You chose peace, diplomacy, and cooperation, firm and boundary, yet kind, balanced, and compassionate. Whereas the number 3 is the ascended masters and high vibration, the number of joy, manifesting, and alignment. The spirit realm is actively supporting you. You are completely supported in your boundaries. Do not feel guilty for saying no. Your kindness is power, never a weakness. You can create harmony and stay connected to divine love while protecting your space. Trust the shifts happening behind the scenes. Things are shifting in your favor without you having to fight. Your only job is to stay in high vibrational energy. God will handle the rest. Now, granted, you do need to also keep firm boundaries while staying in this high vibrational. That's what you need to do. You just need to hold your boundaries and just be like, this doesn't work for me. Even when you face retaliation, the backlash to it, because people get uncomfortable with it, right? There may be residual friction as others adjust. Do not back down on the boundaries that you've set today. The ultimate goal is to make you feel dread. It wanted you to make you feel trapped, watched, and anxious. That power is over. You are reclaiming independence by speaking up for your needs firmly and compassionately. You are teaching people how to treat you, and you're doing it without anger. Keep making choices that protect your mental health. a major shift in dynamics happening, and it's occurring because you change the way that you respond. You're doing a good job. Keep going.